So the default iteration of any requirement is iteration number 1. So if I start a project and they have 25 different features, all of them are going to go in iteration number 1, which is the only iteration within the release. Now, a development manager can go into any requirement and say, no, this is going to be in iteration number 2, or this is going to be in iteration number 3. It doesn't matter. They can schedule different requirements for different iterations. I'm going to leave it 1 as it was. The version of the requirement is always version 1 unless I attach a change request to the requirement. Because the requirement was baselined or implemented, I attach a change request, I create a new version of the requirement, and we'll talk about this in a different webinar. Now let's talk about the description of the requirement. As we said, I can provide any description of the requirement by typing the description here, or I can go and say the source of the requirement was a Word document. The default source type is meeting, and of course when I do that, I can provide information about the meeting and the date of the meeting. I can also say the source was an email, and I can even copy the email from my email program and paste it here, or I can say it was a telephone call, or I can say it's a Word document. So if I do that, Rommana will allow me here to start browsing. If I go here, look at the right, I have a browse button now open. I can click on this and go to browse my machine and open any Word document, or I can browse any machine that's on the same network as this machine. So let me just think of any. Here is I'm going to open this Word document here. All right, just as an example. So the assumption is that this Word document I'm opening right here, all right, is where I am going to capture my requirements. So let me say, okay, here is the paragraph that I think should be used as a description for this requirement. I'm going to go here and click capture. See what happened here? Rommana has already captured the document here. It's a README file. All right, so I'm going to click capture, and see what's happening here. It tells me that you already have a description here that you already entered. If you import a description, it will override the existing description. I'll say OK. And once I say that, you'll see that the the description that I have imported from the document has already been copied here. But also, if you go to the Word document itself, you'll see that the paragraph has been highlighted, and you'll see that a note has been added here that says, or a comment that says, this text has been imported in the requirement number 62, version number 1. Just to show that there is a link between this paragraph in this document and the Rommana database. All right. So that is how you can import requirement descriptions from Word documents. There are 2 more fields I'm going to describe, and we'll close this webinar to keep it short and sweet. Collaboration notes. Collaboration notes are meant to allow members of the project team to collaborate, talk, and discuss requirements. I can go here, or anyone who has access to the requirement can click on view or submit collaboration notes, and they can submit a collaboration note here. Say, for example, I do not understand whatever. Okay. And they can save it. What happened here, I made changes and I never saved them. So that's why when I try to go away here, it gives me that warning. I say, okay. So really, okay, if I go here into view iterations, well, okay, I got the collaboration notes here, and anyone can. By the way, once I click submit, anyone involved in the project would have received an email telling them that Magdi Hanna has just submitted a collaboration note for requirement number 62. and if they click on the requirement number, they're able to open this requirement, and they're open to get to the collaboration note, and they're able to go ahead and respond to it here. Someone else can respond to this one, right? But for now, I'm going just to cancel this one. The collaboration note is there. All right, let me save just a. It's always healthy and good to save partial results, so that if you lose any, if anything happens, you don't lose everything you got. One last attribute I'm going to talk about here is related requirements. Any requirement can be related to any number of other requirements. Okay, right now it says no related requirements. I'm going to go here and says add requirement. When I do that, Rommana will open for me on the left here all the requirements that have been defined for the project. And I can go here and say, okay, this requirement I'm working on, requirement number 62, is related to requirement number 5 and say requirement number 12. Or let's say requirement number 11. All right, so we'll move them here on the right. When they come in with their children, because 5 had a child requirement under that. I will click save. Okay. Now it shows group number 1. Oh, by the way, there was something called the verb phrase, which I have not specified. I can click on group number 1 again to open this, and I provide the verb phrase at the bottom here. Kind of what is the nature of the requirement between requirement 62 and those requirements here. So I'll just make up a verb phrase here. I say must be tested at the same time. Something like that. If I believe that requirement 62 and 5 and 11 must be tested at the same time, I'm going to do that. So I click save. So the verb phrase is right here. It's going to show up right now. All right, right here. And of course, anyone else can say, oh, by the way, also the same requirement, number 62, is also related to other requirements in a different relationship. So we go here. So I say, for example, it's related to 8 and 9. So here I'm forming another group. And I can put a different verb phrase here. Okay, and the verb phrase here says, okay, those must be coded before 62. Something like that. Save. All right. So I got 2 different groups of requirements here with 2 different verb phrases. All right. And there is still a lot to say about requirements, but in order to keep this video short and sweet, I will close it here, and I will see you in other videos related to that. All right. Thank you.